Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about ultra mega clearance stuff that's going on. Now, this is about a month worth of clearance stuff. This isn't just from this past week or so, but I do kind of want to show stuff that I've been finding for the crazy low prices that are out there. And this is kind of a prelude to another video that I'm going to make talking about Hasbro and other companies that are shorting production for this very reason. They do not want to see their product being sold at such low prices, but they don't really have a choice because retailers got to get rid of this to get the new product in. But we're going to talk about this. I'm going to show you what I found, what the deals I've gotten coming up. First off, I want to do a huge shout out to David. That really is so awesome. He hooked me up with this. People that do kind things like this are really amazing. And he did point out that these were readily available in the UK on UK Pulse for a long time when US they were sold out. So that's kind of interesting. But I do really appreciate it. Finally getting my hands on this. And, true heroes, they don't really want to shout out like this, but I figured I'd do it. Really awesome, amazing. Thank you so much. This is awesome. All right, my new way to collect Star Wars on clearance or at Ollie's or Ross or those places. This thing was found at a Walmart for $10, and I think I showed these in my videos, but I didn't pick up everything I showed on clearance. Some of the stuff I just passed on, but I had to get this. I thought it was really cool, so. $10, not bad. Comes with little minifigures. And I think that's the wave of the future. I think that people could put their Black Series or Vintage Collection figures on a shelf, put this next to it as a representation. With ships costing $350 and the small ones costing $150 and $120, doesn't make sense to me at all. Not bad for $10. Star Wars merchandise is really failing these days, sales-wise and interest-wise. Okay, so we've got these figures here. $4 for an Ahsoka. I'm pretty sure I have one. But I don't really even understand what they're putting out and why they're putting out. Nothing makes sense to me. So I bought one because I didn't even know if I had one or not. I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere, but I got like 15 boxes of this stuff. I don't even know what's all in it. So you say, well, why do you collect it then? It's like, I don't know. I mean, I had the full first run, and then they started remaking them, and I get confused. Is this something they've remade? Yeah, 68. So this is a remake. That's why it didn't sell very well, because hardcore collectors already had it. Anyway, this guy's cool. This would be a troop builder, though, for some dioramas. This was a Ross find. So these are mostly Ollies. This is a Ross find of Yoda. Love this Yoda. Looks really good. He's got his little backpack and stuff. Love the card back and art. Now, this has a very special story for me. Back when I was trying to finish my vintage card collection, 10, 12, 15, I don't know how long ago, I actually had a dream. I walked into a place like an Ollie's or something like that. I think it was actually a Bargain Depot. And they had like 6 of these hanging on a shelf for $2. So now, first of all, I forgive my dream because I didn't know inflation would be 30% a year in real terms. So I didn't have that in my dream back then. But it was this specific card back that I had trouble finding. I have all 3 card backs in my vintage collection. And I just had trouble getting this one for whatever reason, even though it was probably the cheapest of the 3. But a lot of fun finally getting this card back, realizing a dream of over a decade ago. This figure is what made me realize I'm a chump, because I bought one of these, well, 2 of these, brand new. Packaging's a little messed up on this one. $10. You knew you'd see them for 10, and they came down to 10. Now, I missed the whole boat of Target having them for 9. I remember one day they were there for full price at my Target, and then the next day they were all gone, and I was just like, well, somebody finally bought them. No, they went on clearance for 9, and everybody, whoever was there, bought them all, which is fine. That's just how things go. So anyway, this guy, $10. I think he's worth every penny of $10, and I really kind of like the concept of it. And all 3 of these I got at a Walmart. I think they're Walmart exclusives. Again, nothing at all Star Wars makes any sense to me. I don't really understand why they pick what they pick to produce. It doesn't compute. I don't understand it. Somebody could probably explain it better than I can, but I can't find that person. So anyway, looking at all of this is the stuff I got. $7 each. I actually stood there for about 10 minutes deciding, do I want to spend 21 bucks on these figures? I finally pulled the trigger. Of course, they were gone the next day. All right, so the speeder bike. I think the last time I made a video like this, I was doing the speeder bike. Seemed to have some dust on it from construction around here. Okay, so anyhow, speeder bike with Grogu. I wouldn't have bought this, but it does come with this figure, and it was half price, so it was like 20 bucks or something. Still expensive in my opinion, but really cool to grab it at Target. Getting into some Master Universe, I get this Buzzsaw Hordak, and do I have the price sticker? It should have a price sticker, but I got this at Big Lots. I believe it was Big Lots for $9, and I did get one at full price, but I never caught them on clearance. They didn't last long. Let's go on clearance around here, and so finally getting one, probably to open it. But I found a vintage one for real cheap too, for like $5. So I am just displaying my vintage one for now, but really cool. These things, once they sell out and clear through the retail, they're going to be hard to get, I believe. All right, we got Stridor for $5. There's the proof at Ross. So go to Ross, get Stridor. So Big Lots, Ross, pretty much anywhere that sells Master Universe selling on clearance. So this box is cherry, baby. So that's one of the things. I don't even think I have a crease on this unless it happened in the bag. So I did get one for $5 at Target when they were clearancing with Target, but they were just destroyed. And I guess I could open my destroyed one. So I knew I'd find a better one eventually. Now my buddy Tom talked me into getting this. He said, you really can't beat $4 for this thing. And I bought one for $11, and I thought they'd go cheaper than $11. They never went cheaper than $11. $4 at Ross, not bad. I did keep up with this line. I don't know if I'm 100%, but I'm pretty close. I'm not keeping it 100 with this line, but I did get the Hordak and the Merman. I paid a little bit extra for those, but I did finally get those just because I wanted to get the end ones that have skyrocketed in price since I bought mine. And I did find this guy to open. He wasn't on clearance, but I found him in one of the Targets in the city, and I was like, I had to get him. I've got one. These all seem to open on their own, though. Like, the boxes seemed like the just pop open with that little tiny sticker. Didn't have enough glue on it or something. But he is definitely worth $33. So I didn't get him on clearance, but it's like getting the Classics one on clearance, because the Classics one like $200. So get him instead, and he looks good on my shelf. Oddly enough, this past month I haven't found hardly any Transformers on clearance. I did get this at Ollie's, $10 for my son. So that's why it's just a package. He had me carefully open it for him so he can keep the package. But he's got his Tigertron on his shelf, having fun with it. And I don't know if he loves it or not, because he doesn't... His favorite figure he takes with him on road trips when we just go to the store. But this one hasn't been one he's brought with him yet, so maybe not his favorite. My only Marvel pickup, I gotta say my friends have influenced me on this stuff. I almost bought more of these. They had pretty much everything for half price. I think he was 12 or something, 25. But box is beat up. He got the nice box one, and he doesn't even care about packaging. But he talked me into it. He's like, dude, they're not going to make this again for a while. I mean, they make a lot of Iron Mans, but they don't make a lot of this Iron Man. So I was like, okay, I'll get it. So it's my only Marvel pickup. I passed on the other ones that are like 25 each for the 2 packs, half price. They think that's a great deal, I guess. All right, so this is the third of these that I picked up. So I guess it's the last, because I missed out on the first one, Egon. And I was going to buy Egon, but I thought, oh, they're not going to make the rest of them. And so then I went ahead and started picking up the other ones. So I missed out on the Egon, which is probably the hardest one to get, I think, in all of these anyway. But I got 3 of the 4 for $8. Kind of fun. All right, so I think that Indiana Jones is over. Stick a fork in it. I hope Target gets more stuff and clearances them out again. But these $25 figures are down to like $9, I think. I think they were $9. I can't remember. But I got so much stuff so cheap that day that it's crazy. So if you get Wave 1... you will not find an Indiana Jones, Wave 1 Indiana Jones out there. Probably not. Then these were 3. Now, you were going to say these are stupid. Yeah, well, they have cool accessories. Some decent accessories. You get a boulder and a backpack and a snake and you get some accessories. For $3, I was like, why not? So, and then a horse. And then, funny story, the original Kenner horse is now selling for like $400. Something stupid. Just flat out stupid. So for $3, you can just sort of have a representation of horse on your shelf if you want, or not. I mean, whatever. You get a few decent accessories and a whip. All right, now on to G.I. Joe Classified. Some fun stuff. Okay, so I think this guy was $12.50. I got 2 more of him. I like the Crimson Guard, the Python Patrol, but I knew I found him on clearance, so really awesome. Storm Shadow, Walmart, 17 bucks. Oh, Target on this one. And you can't have enough Storm Shadow, $17. I looked at them for a couple of days, but I figured I'd grab them before they sold out because he is a good figure. In fact, he's a brighter shade of white than the retro one. And I don't know, the retro one's like 5% better, in my opinion. Except I do like the super bright white of the clothing versus the slightly off-white yellowed that we got with the retro one. But still pretty good. Now, I do want to say I did get these recently from Hasbro Pulse, and that is a few bucks shy of $60 for that. I don't feel any value in this at all. Not at all. That does not feel like $60 to me. I feel like I wasted my money. I'm living in a world of regret for buying these. None of this the clearance stuff do I have regret. I'd rather spend 60 bucks on something like this lasso for Fuzz. Deputy Fuzz. Getting something for a vintage item that I've been looking for 3 years is way more satisfying. I spend about 80% of my time, money, and effort on vintage because it is that rewarding. But yeah, I don't really feel like I got hardly any value for almost 60, $57 or something, 55 on those two. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand modern pricing, and for those figures that are just recolors, it's my fault for buying those. I understand. Hope you enjoyed this look at what I found on clearance for cheap. Hopefully it gets you motivated to get out there and find stuff that you've been looking for. Or maybe you're just saying, I don't want any of that stuff anyway, so I'm not going to bother. I mean, that's fine. That's actually just fine. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. What other deals are you finding? Like, subscribe. Take care and hang around.